Mae Young giving birth to the hand.
Really?
And Tommy says, bro, he couldn't even pitch it because he was cracking himself up. And Tommy was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, he literally thought it was a rib. He thought Vince was ripping him. And I'm like, bro, bro, Vince's mind, bro, like it's off, man.
Uncle Vince is a hero to the females in the WWE, from Dana Brooke to Natalya.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Because you know what, bro, they do have it rough. They really do, bro. I mean, I've been there, done that, saw it. They really have it tough, man. Vince is a sexist, bro. They're all those guys that have been there forever. There's a place for the woman, no matter what. No matter what they do, bro. There is a place for them, and that's just the way it is, man.
Along those lines, Vince, when you worked with Vince, and I know that for the sake of being PC for the site, we can't get too deep into certain things, but when it came to the women in your day, the Sables, the Lunas, the Jackies, how was it? Did you ever buck up against Vince when it came to writing for them? Did he disagree with some of your pitches, or how was it working with Vince when you were writing for those women back then?
Well, you know, bro, first of all, like China was very confined because she was connected to Triple H. Mm-hmm. She was never doing her own thing. You know, China was a part of DX and a part of Triple H. Bro, Sable was drawing, man.
Yeah.
Sable was drawing. And Vince, at that time, luckily, he was all about beating WCW.
Okay.
So if Sable was drawing ratings and we were beating WCW, he had no problem with that. But later on, you know, once we were established and it was no longer a game and people started getting in Vince's ear about Sable, next thing you know, like I said, bro, she's managing the oddities.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why. That
was a Vince idea to manage the oddities?
Yeah, because, bro, he wanted to knock her down a few pegs.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely, man.
And it's crazy that a lot of times people blame Vince Russo for something like that. And I never knew that, you know, Sable was, I knew that she managed the oddities. I always thought that was weird because Luna was in the group.
I'll never forget when he pitched that to me. And I was like, are you effing nuts? But that's what it was, bro. He had to knock her down a few pegs.
ICP, Goga, Giant Silva, Luna Vachon, and Sable? Like,
Vince thought it was the greatest thing. He thought Galga's gimmick was the greatest thing, bro, because he was a hunchback and you couldn't pin him. Vince thought that was like the most clever thing. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Oh wow, man. You know that happened during Pizza Hut guy too. Like what's the Pizza Hut guy who jacked up Flair, had him cut his hair too? Early 90s WCW. What's his name? You remember his name?
No.
Pizza Hut guy.
Yeah, he was a Pizza Hut guy. He took over WCW for a hot second, man, like in the early 90s. He made Flair cut his hair. He had like some weird gimmicks like the hunchbacks. Oh, come on, trivia guy. Come on, East. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I do.
He ran. No, it wasn't Barons. It was early 90s I don't know why I'm blanking. I know this like the back of my hand.
Man, you keep saying Pizza Hut guy, and all I could think of was Jared Fogle for some reason.
Yeah.
Catching kids.
That was Jim Hurt. That's his name. Jim Hurt. Yeah. I was about to Google it, and then it just came like, yeah, Jim Hurt. Yeah, Jim Hurt was like that. He had no clue about nothing wrestling. He took over WCW, and he had just the bizarre gimmicks. Like the Hunchback was one of his gimmicks, and the point of the Hunchbacks, they would come with the Hunchback, so they wouldn't be pinned. So they couldn't be pinned. It was impossible.
Yeah. And bro, whatchamacall, like, bro, you know, when I right before I left WWE, that a writer came in there who used to write for freaking Conan, Tommy Blancha.
Okay.
was writing for Conan, and bro, I was a to Tommy Blanche, and the reason I was a to him was because it was typical Vince bullshit. Me and Ed are doing so well. I'm sorry, bro. Me and Ed are doing so well. All of a sudden, we go to Vince's house one day, and there's a guy sitting there at the table wearing flip-flops who Vince hired. Never told us that. And what did we do, bro? We took it out on poor Tommy, which is horrible. But my point is, I apologize to Tommy years later, but Vince pitched to Tommy. What's the name? Mae Young giving birth to the hand.
Really?
And Tommy says, bro, he couldn't even pitch it because he was cracking himself up. And Tommy was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, he literally thought it was a rib. He thought Vince was tripping him. And I'm like, bro, bro, Vince's mind, bro, like it's off, man.
So Vince Russo has been known for having some bizarre storylines. A lot of that, you become the scapegoats of a lot of Vince's stuff too. So to me, you just gave me two storylines that I thought was like Vince Russo creations. So what you're saying is those two storylines are Vince McMahon.
Bro, right. The week after we left, he had Davey Boy Smith, whatchamacallit, bumping in dog poop. The week we left. Wow. 3 weeks after we left, remember this oldie but goodie? It was like a silhouette and somebody was pulling all these objects out of Jim Ross's butt. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, bro. That's all Vince, bro. Yeah, that's all Vince, man.
Yeah, I heard Davey Boy hated the dog.
That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous, bro. Come on.
You get the residuals of the heat for that, man. Like, even when I'm like Josh and you, I throw a bad idea and you're like, that wasn't me, bro. And I'm like,
yeah, that's insane, man. That's insane. Well, Natalya, one thing that Vince didn't have anything to do was the fart gimmick that Natalya was having for a while, that she was flatulent. And that definitely seemed like a Vince McMahon idea of Natalya all of a sudden being flatulent. You were there when in NXT when Natalya was there when doing the flatulent gimmick, weren't you, East?
Man, I'm so shot. I completely forgot about that, but I do know that idea was this.
It was horrible, man.
So like Chris and EC3, because I didn't watch that. So give me a little background. Like, how did that develop? She just started having gas one day?
She was cutting promos, and all of a sudden it would be fart sounds, and she would she would stop during the promo, and it would show it like it would sound like she's farting.
Yeah,
and she was
like
embarrassed.
It was like a Chris Featherstone sound effect fart too.
Yeah.
Like, fart number 6. This will get him. Fart 4, go.
Yeah, it was horrible, man.
Cue up fart 10.
That's all.
You sure? Let it rip.
And there was no payoff for it at all.
No, it just disappeared like that mole on the Jillian
Hall. Well, the boogeyman bit it off.
Never mind. Good payoff. You're right.
That was the payoff. The boogeyman just bit it off. That was weird.
Man, wrestling sucks, huh?